Now, whilst tech headlines have been dominated by U.S. companies recently, tech firms in Europe have quietly been making strides. So Forterro is a software company that provides solutions for the industrial sector. Now, it's a UK-based tech unicorn and one of this country's fastest-growing software providers. The chief executive, Dean Forbes, is with me now. Dean, as always, thank you so much for coming on Bloomberg. Look, there's a lot going on, and I don't know whether when you look at software and some of the tech valuations in the U.S., you worry about market sentiment, or this feels like it's still the one thing that's propping up the U.S. economy almost on its own?
Well, the UK tech sector is worth over £1.2 trillion, and over the last few years we've seen that consistently grow at around 13%. First half deployment of venture capital is 10% up over second half last year. So I think your point is absolutely correct that in the UK and in Europe, these companies and companies like Forterro just continue to go about our business quietly, try to build great software companies, and when it comes to valuations, good companies continue to be valued extremely well in the UK and Europe.
So, Dean, how do you see Forterro evolving from here? How much more can it grow, and actually, what's your biggest hope for it?
Well, if we look over the last 3 years, again, Forterro's on track to treble in size between 2022 and by the end of 2025. And
it's incredible.
It's been an incredible journey, and at a time when the economy has been challenging for all of us. So it's a growth trajectory we're incredibly proud of, and it's driven by our customers' need to continue to digitize their processes and look for more efficient ways to deliver their products and services to their customers. And that's not going to change. So I expect our growth trajectory to continue on this steep upward trajectory.
Dean, when you look at your clients, how much they're spending, do you see a big spend when it comes to software because they also need to keep up with the AI?
Well, for sure. I mean, the whole manufacturing supply chain has been disrupted again over the last few years. Ever since we came out of the pandemic, it's been more and more challenging for our customers. The economic climate, again, brings another challenge for them. So where do people go? They look to technology. They look to technology like Forterro to find those additional elements of productivity, efficiency gains, speeding up their delivery to their customers. And again, that's a trend that we expect to continue, and Forterro is incredibly well placed to continue to serve. I
mean, if you look at valuations in the U.S. for a lot of the AI, do you think it has an impact actually on, at the end of the day, how much you would be valued, or are the two slightly disconnected?
Of course. I mean, AI is now the leading trend in software, and it's the leading trend in enterprise software. And we've managed to find some incredible ways to deploy AI internally at Forterro to make us more efficient. And unlike a lot of our peers, that hasn't led to adjustments in our headcount. We continue to grow headcount and continue to grow the way we deploy and spend on AI. And then when it comes to our customers have relied on us to help them deliver, their products and services. They rely on us to serve them in the cloud, and they're going to rely on us to serve them when it comes to AI as well.
Dean, can you talk to me a little bit about, this long-term strategic partnership with Amazon Web Services? So what does that look like?
Well, that comes back to the fact that the manufacturing sector is really focused on building products and shipping products to their customers. So when it comes to IT and technology, they rely on Forterro to come up with answers to those IT questions. And cloud is one of the ways that we can move the cost and burden for running our systems and systems like ours out of our customers, and we can take on that burden for them. So in doing that, as a very important part of our strategy, we looked for a best-in-class provider and partner to help us move those products into the cloud, and Amazon came out at the front of that pack. So that's where we will be focusing most of our cloud and most of our AI investments, so that our customers can kind of leverage that across the board.
I mean, a lot of the IT used to be done in-house.
Right.
Have you seen a shift, actually, as it becomes more costly, but also as companies try to keep up with technology and even some of the benefits of AI going to, second or third spaces like Forterro?
Absolutely. And if you look at our customers, again, we're talking about the mid-market across Europe. We're talking about the heartland of most of the European economies, right? It's always that mid-market that brings economies back after downturns. And those are small businesses led by great entrepreneurs who don't want to spend their time trying to manage technology and manage IT. And that's where Forterro and our team and our products and services come in. We take that burden away from them.
Dean, overall, I mean, you're one of the most well-respected, entrepreneurs in the UK. It feels like it's a little bit tough in the UK. I don't know whether it's the government maybe not being as close to entrepreneurs as some of the previous governments, or it's just, global funding. How does it feel to be a UK entrepreneur?
It's been the most volatile time in my career, and I think that what's made it a bit more challenging is the fact that we haven't stayed in either a downturn or an upturn for a long enough period for us all to react to that, right? The market has really been volatile, has really been bouncing. To the moment we become cautious because times are tough, interest rates come down, and then we all become a bit more buoyant again, and then we react to that, and before you know it, we're back in a different cycle. It's become more important than ever just to kind of hunker down the company, be extremely focused on delivering value to end customer, and let the markets play out over time.
Yeah, does it mean that you have to be a lot more nimble? And does it mean that it almost hurts growth opportunities if you never really know what's coming next?
Well, we've been very lucky. Our business has shifted from being, a 50% recurring business to now 75% recurring revenue business, powered by that 40% growth to the cloud that we've been driving at Forterro. So that gives us a long-term horizon because the revenue is more stable and more predictable, and that lets us make longer-term strategic investments for customers and for our employees. So it's been very fortunate that we've driven that shift to the cloud and that shift in the recurring revenue mix to allow us to have that long-term view and perspective.
Well, I know it's tough fiscally for the UK. We have a new budget. We're not 100% sure exactly when that is. It could be in November, a little bit later, because the date hasn't been announced yet. We have inflation going up. What would you need from that budget or from the Chancellor?
I think it's time again to come back to stimulating entrepreneurship and stimulating, SMEs and the mid-market. As I always say, when the economy is tough, it's very rarely the giants and the top of the public markets that bring the economy back to buoyancy. It's the heartland of the UK, France, Germany. It's those mid-market businesses. It's those entrepreneurs. So making it easier for those types of companies to invest, to capture talent, to build products, to innovate, is ultimately what's going to bring our economies back to growth.
Dean, thank you so much for joining us. Dean Forbes there, Forterro Chief Executive, on a great conversation on technology, entrepreneurship, and the UK.